Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, me and Suchismita, we are trying to give you a complete preparation guide for VLSI job roles. I'm Swati and I'm working as a design engineer in Qualcomm. And we have Suchismita with us. Suchismita, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm Suchismita. I have done my master's from IIT Kanpur, and currently I'm working in Nvidia as a physical design engineer.
Okay, yeah. So I also did my master's in Bits Pilani. So we have like I can cover things that are important for front end, and Suchismita can cover things
Yeah,
important for back end VLSI roles. So together
sure.
we'll plan to do something like a, complete guide for preparation for anyone interested in VLSI, both front end or back end. So, yeah, yes,
Mhm.
Suchismita. Let's try to give as much clear and crisp information so that they don't get confused and whatever is very important and the two must know things, let's just give that so that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they don't waste time in
Okay.
preparation of
Hmm.
random and get lost in the ocean of preparation.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Can you tell
Okay.
like what all courses you had in your MTech that was very important for your current job or that helped you get placed
Hmm.
in
Right,
media?
right. Okay. So for IIT Kanpur, I'll say that if someone is looking for like on-campus opportunities, so in that case, like the preparation will be like very basic preparation, not like specific to a particular front-end or back-end domain. So your resume should be or your courses should be in such a way that it will have some courses from front-end as well, some courses from back-end as well. Yeah, obviously, if you are strongly interested in the front-end, then you can have more courses in front end, a little bit amount of courses in the and the knowledge in the back end as well. So that is required for the on-campus placement. So yeah, so I have done courses like in my IIT Kanpur, I have done courses like digital IC design, then digital electronics, then Verilog, then static timing analysis, STA. And also physical designing. So these are the courses that I have done in IIT Kanpur. But I have also done these courses outside of the IIT Kanpur as well to just basically get more knowledge and basically to understand that what are the types of questions are usually asked in the interview. To get this type of knowledge, I have also done these courses outside of IIT Kanpur as well. So I'll say that if someone is looking for on-campus placement, then he at least should do the courses like digital electronics, digital IC design, static timing analysis, Verilog, and then a little bit amount knowledge of programming and data structure and computer architecture. So these are important or these are compulsory. But if someone is more interested in a verification domain, then he or she should also do system Verilog and UVM as well. Otherwise, it's not mandatory. But if someone is interested, then he or she should do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so even more or less, I had the same courses. We had another elective kind of a course on VLSI test and testability, which involved
Okay.
things on DFT, MBASed, all of that verification
Yes.
things.
Yes.
So if you're
Mhm.
interested in verification, if you're already prepared that you want to go to verification roles, you can do this course. And there was
Yeah.
another course on VLSI devices that went deep into
Yeah.
the
Hmm.
MOSFET, FETs
Hmm.
like power
Hmm.
consumption, dissipation, noise,
Yes.
all of
Yes.
that.
Yes. Hmm.
So I think
Yeah.
for implementation, backend, physical design,
Yeah.
these courses are very important. So
Very
apart from
important. Yeah.
that,
And
yeah,
yeah, yeah. So these are the topics that you have mentioned. These are also included in digital IC design as well, at least in the course, which is like Professor Janaki Natham, who is from IIT Madras. So in that course, pretty much all these like detailed concepts are like included. So I find out that course is really good. So if anyone is looking and who are not probably from Tier 1 or Tier 2 college to have these resources from college, then they have a great resource from the NPTEL. There are good lectures are there, good playlists are there like that. So they can follow that as well, these courses.
yeah, we'll touch upon those specific courses later, like from the
Yes,
NPTEL.
yes,
And I
yeah.
have a few that I
Mm-hmm.
follow. Just do that
Yeah.
later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So these are the courses. So like
Mm-hmm.
for the placement preparation, how was it like? Do you spend some specific amount of time, like few months before the placement, or
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
how many months do you suggest for someone who wants to prepare for placement? How
Okay.
many months does it
Mm-hmm.
need? And we'll just kind of a
Mm-hmm.
share roadmap kind of thing. Like you can start with
Yeah.
the most important topic. get
Hmm.
clear with that, then you can go to the next one, something
Yeah.
like that. Can you share that from
Okay.
your?
So firstly, yeah, okay. So firstly, mine for me, the course was MS. Okay, so MS is a course where the research is the most important thing. So that is the reason that it can go till 2 years to 3 years as well. So for me, it was around 2.5 years to complete my degree, which is MSR. So for MTech people, it can be different because they have basically 2 years. So my suggestion is like if for preparation you need at least one semester. Just one semester is enough to prepare for the placement. So there are a lot of things that we have to handle in college as well, in masters especially. Like we have to handle the thesis, and then also we have to get a good CPI in courses as well. So we have to handle that. So for MTech people, like there are a lot of courses that they have to take. So obviously they have to manage that as well. So that is the reason that I suggest that for first semester you do not have to worry about the placement at all. So you can just prepare and get a good CPI just to talk with the seniors to understand that what are the courses that is relevant for your placement, and also what are the courses from where you can get a good like marks and also good CPI, because CPI is also one thing which is very important for the placement. So try to keep these things very clear in first semester and second semester, and at the end of the second semester then you start preparing basically the difference in between the summer term, where exactly the summer term starts in between June and July. So from there, actually, basically, all of us were starting our preparations for the placement. So yeah, so that I'll suggest that first semester you do not have to worry. From the second semester, you'll start prepare, and then by the end of the third semester, you'll have a job. And in the fourth semester, just focus on the thesis so that you complete the thesis by the like proper time and get a degree. Because before going, for some people, it was a problem as well because they gave a lot of importance to placement, but at the end of the day, they were not able to complete their thesis, and they have to like delay their joining date. So that is also not something someone should do. So first semester, the course preparation and little bit amount of placement preparation. Then second semester, majorly try to find out like who will be the guide for you in like for the thesis, so that you should figure out in the second semester, and then third semester you should completely focus on the placement preparation, and after that you will get the placement, and on the fourth semester just do the thesis like with focus and complete your thesis and get the degree.
Yeah, like pretty much. Yeah, that's it. Like first semester, when you enter the college, you should not enter with the mindset of placement. You should enter with
Yes.
learning thing.
Yeah.
So first
Hmm.
semester, whatever your obviously first semester will be basic subjects. It's how the course is
Hmm.
designed as well. So focus on
Yes.
learning the basic subjects so well that it'll help you in placement anyway. So you focus on learning it in detail, like every
Hmm.
single topic you understand everything. Give time for that. Don't keep thinking about placements. So that fear on
Yeah.
placements and always preparing for placement will kind of hinder you from understanding concepts. So
Yeah. Hmm.
first 2 semesters, doing like a thorough understanding of concepts is very important.
Yes. Yes.
Then, like you
Yeah. Yeah.
said, we'll have the gap where we can prepare for placements. So on an
Yeah.
average, it'll be kind of like 3 months or 4 months gap, right? So
Yeah.
in that three,
Hmm.
4 months is quite sufficient to prepare for placement,
Yes.
provided
Yeah.
you did your
Hmm.
first and second semester
Hmm.
really well. So you know what are
Yeah.
important.
Hmm.
Yeah. And in those 3, 4 months, we can share kind of like a roadmap, which are the
Hmm.
uh, first or the foremost things that they have to learn and make sure that they are thorough,
Hmm.
and then move to the next
Hmm.
stuff. Since
Hmm.
both of us
Hmm.
are on in the VLSI domain, for
Hmm.
VLSI placement specifically, let's share like one after the other. Maybe like first 2 weeks or first month focus on this. Then meanwhile keep doing Verilog coding.
Hmm.
Verilog coding,
Yeah.
like I feel like Verilog coding is the most important thing.
Yeah, it is the
So
must. Even if you are going for front end or back end, you have to do the Verilog coding.
yeah, and even interviews mostly focus on Verilog coding. Like
Yes,
when someone
yes.
has a fresher, it's Verilog coding is what they ask.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So uh, from the
Okay.
time you're free and you're starting preparation for
Hmm.
placement,
Hmm.
focus on Verilog.
Hmm.
Like throughout daily, do some Verilog practice. And
Hmm.
because first and second semester we would have learned from theory and we would have done practical courses in lab. So
Hmm.
you'll have some content on which you can start from that and do advanced designs. Like you just, if you
Yeah.
just did a adder that time, you do something that is multiplier or uh,
Hmm.
carry lookup adder, some advanced design for the
Hmm.
basics that you had already learned in your course, something
Yeah.
like that. So let's just divide the placement preparation in
Hmm.
considering that there are 3 or 4 months.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So something that like during the placement preparation, we actually know what is digital electronics. But we have to like for the interview preparation, we have to first of all understand that like what are the types of question. So what we actually prepare for the gate, that is more of a like numerical type of question that we prepare, and our approach is that during the gate exam. But when we are actually preparing for the interview, then our approach is to understand what exactly going on inside the circuit and why this is happening. So these type of approach should be there. So that is the reason that when like first thing, first preparation is your like clear your basics. Like in digital electronics, just clear your basics and complete all the digital electronics topics. And then start doing the digital IC design, which is a very important topic like for the freshers basically. So prepare the digital electronics thoroughly, like understand each and every topic and try to understand what like why, like what is this happening and why this is happening. So just understand everything, every concept of it. That is the first thing. And also, as you have told that side by side, do prepare for the Verilog coding. And usually in the interview, they ask very like easy circuits, very not complicated circuit they ask and tell you to write Verilog code for it. So if you start preparing that, and also I'll suggest to practice the codes in the tool, any tool, any free tools are there, sources are there. So if you like try to write the code in the tool and actually verify it and synthesize it in the tool, so you'll understand automatically that what exactly is your problem in the syntax, or probably what is the logic that you are applying wrong. So that will be very much clear if you practice in the tool. So that is important. And after the Verilog, digital IC design and digital electronics, then we can go forward some advanced topics like we can check for the STA. Again, STA is very important for the like freshers. So static time analysis is something that you have to thoroughly understand. And also very important, again, you have to understand that what are the types of questions that are asked from the static time analysis. So my suggestion will be usually in any college, the seniors provide their interview experiences and interview questions. So if you just see that, like, what are the topics from where the companies are asking most of the times, and what are the types of questions that are asked. So if you understand that, then like you can align your preparation according to that. And in the STA, you can prepare basically the numerical type of question where you have to calculate that setup violation is there or not, whole violation is there or not, and understand why this setup violation is required, why this whole violation is required. Usually, I have like often I have seen with my friends who are not probably selected because they know the main thing that a setup is important, but they do not know like why setup is important, like what is the thing that is going on inside the gate or inside the transistor. So that is very important. You're clearing like all the basics should be first of all clear, and that will be cleared with digital IC design only. And then you can move forward for STA and probably a little bit amount of knowledge for physical design and DFT in this part. So then you can move forward with the advanced courses. First of all, clear your basics and Verilog coding side by side, and then go forward for the advanced courses.
Yeah. So yeah, the order of courses is that is very correct, like you said, because it's coming from
Yeah.
basics to advanced. So since you know
Yes.
the basics, you build up on what you have learned. So it will not be very difficult
Yeah.
for a person preparing also, and it will be like adequate.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
in first one that you said was VLSI design. So in that
Yeah.
we would already have studied in BTech also the basics. We can cover up
Yeah.
from the basic courses in MTech also, and mostly
Hmm.
sequential design. I feel like
Yeah.
we even in gate preparation we would have maybe
Hmm.
not given that much importance, but it's very
Hmm.
important
Hmm.
current in the
Yeah.
industry. So we need
Yeah.
to
Especially the memory part.
yeah, memory and
Yeah.
FSM,
Hmm.
all of
Yes.
these
Yes.
concepts are very
Hmm.
important. So we should
Hmm.
get a deeper understanding on these.
Hmm.
Then
Hmm. Hmm.
moving on to IC design, the CMOS design, that is very
Hmm.
important. Like
Hmm.
building basic gates from CMOS, understanding which MOS to use, all of that. The CMOS logic design is
Hmm.
important. Even some basic
Hmm.
information on this short channel effects, like how
Yeah.
power consumption
Hmm. Hmm.
dissipation happens when you choose what type of MOS designs. and
Right.
which type of
Hmm.
designs are better for what
Hmm.
application.
Hmm.
This basic
Hmm.
understanding is there in that.
Hmm.
And when
Hmm.
we go to STA, the third one you said was STA, right? So
STA. Hmm.
actually, when we go to STA, I think most questions are around metastability, like understanding what is
Yes.
metastability actually.
Yeah.
That will
Hmm.
take you back
Hmm.
to VLSI design, like the CMOS device,
Hmm.
back to your basic.
Right.
So whenever you are
Hmm.
preparing, try to interconnect these concepts. They're not separate. Like you're not doing STA separately, you're
Yes.
not
Yes.
doing design
Yes. Hmm.
separately. So once you get
Hmm.
any question, you should ask yourself, like, why is it from the device level this is happening? What
Hmm.
is it from the
Hmm.
design level I can do to avoid these issues? So if you do this
Hmm.
interconnection when you're preparing, it will be easier for you to clear interviews, and it will be easier for you when you're working in the company also. So you'll know
Hmm.
what you're doing, what effects it has.
Exactly.
So it's the
Hmm. Hmm.
simplest way to prepare so that even you are also satisfied. Yeah, I have understood the system thoroughly. I know why it's happening, from where it's happening, what I can do to avoid it. So, in general, I feel whatever any topic you're preparing, try to backtrace, try to connect it with the other topics you learned. So, if you
Hmm.
try to think yourself and keep those concepts clear, it will be easy for
Hmm.
preparation.
Hmm. Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
the order is, Suchismita, as she already said, that is perfect. So, four things we already covered. So, now let's go deeper, like courses, if you remember, like resources, we can just share.
Yes. Yeah.
So, that will be
Yeah.
helpful. So let's go with the
Okay.
VLSI design
So
first in the same order.
So for digital electronics, it was like kind of the gate syllabus. So I didn't like follow thoroughly any course. So I have just checked the previous year's questions and also the PYQ basically, and from where I got like understood that what are the like areas from where they are asking question. So then I figured out that memory is something from where they are asking question, especially FIFO. That is very important. And to relate FIFO with metastability and like some the setup violation, hold violation thing and synchronizer, two flop synchronizer. So these are the topics I learned after that, especially. So I have just randomly searched. So in my preparation, I haven't like paid any or taken any sort of course. So I have just randomly searched in the YouTube, and there are plenty of resources for these type of things. So for people, there was a lecture. I don't remember the name, but I can share you the link afterwards. So yeah, so from that playlist, I have just learned especially the FIFO part, just to understand clearly inside what is going on in the FIFO. Other things I was already prepared, so I have just like rechecked all of these things which I already have prepared during the GATE exam. And also in my IIT course, I have done that course. So during that journey also, well, I have actually learned that. So that is for digital electronics. Now, for digital IC design, I have told you that I have prepared that from the NPTEL course. Professor Janakinatham, he's from IIT Madras. So that course is something which I will suggest everyone, and that is a bible for like any fresher placement for VLSI, because if you do that course, like in my experience, I have faced three interviews where I was selected, and in each and every three interview, I faced questions, at least two to three questions from that course. So that is the reason I figured out that that course is really good, because what is the specialty of that course, that they start from very basics, which probably if even if a particular person do not understand anything about what is going on, but still they can figure out from the starting, and so he will start from very basics and he'll go to straight away to the advanced topics as well. So that is the reason that this course is very good. So that is for digital IC design. And for HTA, I followed a blog channel, which is VLSI Expert. By VLSI Expert, there is a blog channel. So you can just randomly search in Google that static timing analysis by VLSI Expert. So the first will be that only. So again, that link, that blog channel is very good, because there also the like theoretical concepts are there, and also a lot of numericals are there, because usually the numericals are something which are asked from HTA. So that I have practiced from there for that. And for Verilog, I have done course which is by Professor Indranil Sengupta. He is from IIT Kharagpur. That is also again in an NPTEL course. And other than that, for that course is especially the theoretical oriented course, and you will learn about the Verilog. But I have also like applied, like I have taken one internship, one paid internship basically from one institute, and there I have basically done. So the reason of taking that was one, to actually practice in the tool, And second is to get a project. So again, project is something that is very important when you are going for placement. So that is the reason that I took that, to just get the experience in the tool and also the project. So that is for the very long. And for physical design, I have again followed one course of NPTEL, which is Professor Indranil Sengupta, who is from IIT Kharagpur. So these were the courses which were like basic courses that I have followed from these resources. And after that, when I was taking the previous year questions, then I have figured out some concepts like crosstalk or say metastability. So for metastability, I especially followed on PDF by Sunburst. So their metastability concepts are clearly written. So for specific topic, I have followed some specific resources, but these were the main like resources from where I have followed it.
Yeah, pretty much the same resources even I followed. So for practicing Verilog, I use this HDL bits. There was one website where
Yes,
very
yeah.
basic. I started with that, and then I went to
Mm-hmm.
this Quick Silicon course. That was a paid course, but I was really happy with the
Okay.
Quick Silicon VLSI
Hmm.
design content.
Yeah.
So it
Hmm.
moved from basic design to even advanced design. There was also
Yes.
one part where you could build your own RISC processor. That was also a course from Quick Silicon. So if you're
Hmm.
really
Hmm.
into processor design and want to go to design roles, you can take that as
Yeah.
well. So
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
would give you a practical experience. So because you'll do it on a
Hmm.
simulator and you'll get the errors, and when you try to understand errors, you'll figure out the
Hmm.
actual
Hmm.
issues. So that is one for practical. Apart from whatever you said. And in
Hmm.
general, whenever you have free time, reading through Sunburst papers are really good.
Yeah.
There's some paper on CDC and FIFO also. These two
Hmm.
papers are
Yes.
also
Yes.
very good.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
apart from that, yeah, you covered the rest. Even I studied
Yeah.
from VLSI expert only for STA.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did we
Yeah.
miss
So
anything?
other than that, actually, during that time, I started to started doing teaching basically in a coaching center. So that actually helped me a lot, because like if someone is asking any doubts, that is the moment when you will be clear with your all the concepts. So that actually helped me a lot as well. So that I will mention again. And second is, since I was kind of like I was not sure that, probably I don't know that it's because of the recession, that it can be happening that I have to go for verification roles as well. So as a fresher, we cannot decide that what is my, like, where can I go. But after that, maybe I can decide. So that was the reason that I have done System Verilog and UVM as well. So again, that paid internship which I have taken from Maven Silicon. So from Maven Silicon, actually, the complete course I have taken, where the Verilog, they teach the Verilog, then System Verilog, then UVM, and do two. They give us two projects to do. So where basically I'll get the chance of any industry project, or actually do what you have just told, that if I write the code and if I face the error, that is the moment when you will realize what is the problem going on. So for Verilog, it is very important, because they can ask you some little things like why it is happening. So that why you will understand whenever you face some error. Otherwise, you will not understand. So that is the reason that you should practice writing code in a tool. It is not something that they will tell you, okay, just open the tool and show me that you are able to write it. It's not something like that, because it is required, because they can ask you some relevant question, which is say why it is happening, and can you tell me that why something like other things that I'm not using. Say why dollar monitor I'm using, why not dollar display I'm using. So if you actually use their dollar dot display and print the code, then you will understand that what is the problem if I use dollar display there. So those things you will understand if you actually write the code in the tool and simulate it or synthesize it.
Yeah. So also during interviews, they might ask a simple question, but we should think thoroughly, like if we actually write the code, what will happen, and then write the code. The way
Yes.
you write the code, actually the interviewer will come to know about your practical experience.
Hmm.
The same code, you
Hmm.
can write it in different ways. So if you write it in the
Right.
most
Right. Right.
optimized and the way you feel like immediately, if someone runs it and it should run and it should give you the output, even the
Hmm.
interviewer will be happy with your coding skills, and
Yes.
they'll obviously like you to join
Hmm.
their company instead of writing something, then them reminding you that this is wrong
Hmm.
and making it correct. So if having a prior
Hmm.
knowledge and prior
Hmm.
experience on simulators before actually sitting in
Hmm.
the interview is very important. You said projects are also very important, right? We can focus on something like
Yes.
to give
Yeah.
information on what
Hmm.
kind of projects to do,
Hmm.
where they
Hmm.
can get
Hmm.
topic ideas,
Hmm. Hmm.
what tools, open source
Hmm.
tools are available. Let's share something on that
Hmm.
also.
Hmm. Okay, so for project, I have seen like resumes for a lot of people. So I have seen that some projects are there which are very like easily available project. If you just search in the Google, you will get some project. So for the interviewer, they already know that these projects already exist and a lot of people have done that project. So my suggestion will be that you should have at least two projects which are something which is exclusive or probably not freely available. So those will look good in your resume because they will be interested. Otherwise, they will not be interested because they have already checked this their same project for someone else. So will not be interested to know more about this project. So at least do one to two project which should be you should write in your resume. You should write 3 to 4 projects minimum. But in among the 3 to 4 projects, at least 1 to 2 projects should be something which is exclusive, which is not really available. So you can do that project. Especially we do that those type of project in our college in your courses. And other than that, you can actually give take any paid like internship, something like that, where actually they give some project which are industry oriented projects. So that will be my suggestion to have at least 1 to 2 exclusive projects. Other than that, you can mention those like synchronous, asynchronous people, then vending machine. These are very freely available like projects. So that those are not adding a value. Just to mention 4 project, you can mention, but at least 1 to 2 projects, which should be something uncommon.
Yeah. When you said like from paid internship they give you projects, what kind of projects are they actually? Like, is it like companies
Okay.
ongoing live
No,
projects are
no.
part of it, or
No, 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 it's not like that. So basically, they give same project every year, I think, according to me. So for me, the project was HB to APV bridge designing and that is verification. So because they teach Verilog, after the Verilog, they give this project and to practice that. Second, they teach system Verilog and UVM, and for that, they give dual port RAM design and verification, where actually you have to design the test bench methodology and then write the Verilog code, sorry, system Verilog code, and then UVM, use the UVM methodology. So these 2 projects where they are in Meved Silicon. And other than that, in IIT Kanpur, there was a project which backend design, like mixed signal backend design was there. Second was layout versus schematic, where actually you have to do the layout, then schematic, and then check the layout versus schematic, and also DRC checks. So these are the things that I have done in these projects. I have done in like in my college. So yeah, so these were the basics, main project that I have written in my resume as well.
okay? And also you mentioned like as a part of course that basic projects that we would have done, or some projects that are easily available on the internet that we do, we can mention on the resume as a basic stuff, but we have to do advanced
Hmm.
projects also. So I just wanted to add,
Yes.
even in the basic projects, after you do your basic project, you can think more about it, try to optimize a
Yeah.
portion of the
Hmm.
design or add some small feature to it. That will actually make a
Hmm.
big difference for yourself also, that you have contributed something to a generic project. So,
Hmm.
like you can start with the basics, do whatever they've suggested in the internet or from the source you have got, and try to add something like optimize it for maybe lesser area or better performance, or maybe even
Hmm.
power related side. Do some optimization, and you can
Hmm.
by that optimization you can add that portion also in your resume, and the interviewer will be more focused on that. So since this portion you added yourself, you'll be more confident in even telling what you did, and you'll have better understanding of what you did also. So
Yeah.
even if you're
Hmm.
adding basic projects, make sure you're doing something extra on those. Yeah,
Yeah.
otherwise the projects are whatever Suchismita said, she covered it all. And the platforms, tools, Suchismita, like what the open source tools you suggest. For me, it was this
Um,
EDA playground only.
EDA Playground is there. Also, Model Sim is there. Questa
Hmm.
Sim is there. Those are also freely available.
Yeah,
Then Quartus Prime there. So these are like freely available tools.
those are available as a student version, I think, right? For now, or is
Yeah,
it
student
free?
version.
Yeah, so
No, no,
you can
student
use.
version. Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, otherwise EDA is good. EDA Playground is good if you just log in through your like institute ID, or if you are currently working in somewhere, so employee ID. So you will be able to access that. So yeah, EDA Playground is something which is really good because like Model Sim and Questa Sim also I have used EDA. So I have understood the interface is kind of very good in EDA Playground, where actually you can simulate and check currently like instantly what is the output, what is the waveform, all of these things.
And for PD, you had any open source tools? No, right? Like for practicing
No,
layout.
for PD. No, no, no. I am not aware about any tool which is free. Yeah.
Okay. So, basically for freshers, if they want to prepare specifically for backend, is there anything they or do you recommend
No,
any
no.
course or
Actually,
something?
they are also not looking for that. Someone who is like hiring for the like backend and some fresher. So they are not looking for that they should have a like tool knowledge or tool experience. So they are looking for more like the do that person have the any like theoretical knowledge, and basically they check any scenarios. So they will give you in the interviews are like something where they will give you some scenario that say this is going on. Do you have any solution for it? Do you have any like solution? And if you say some solution, they will give you some critical situations, like if I tell you that you are not allowed to use it, do you have any other solution? So basically they'll check the approach and analytical skills and theoretical concepts, not tool concept. If someone has that, probably someone has done any internship, so there they have probably done or used any tool, so then that is extra, but that is not something basic that they are looking for.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Suchismita. Do you think we left anything like in the basic preparation set?
No, we have covered. Yeah.
Okay. So, anything you want to tell people who are preparing something like a motivation or something that will keep them going,
Yeah.
and something about the
Hmm.
industry also. Like,
Hmm.
currently, there are actually many openings. You just don't have to give up. You just have to do the same thing. It
Yes,
looks like
yes,
it's
yes.
repetitive, but yes, till you get placed, till you get job. Maybe there is something
Yeah.
that you didn't do right. That's why you didn't get your job. So focus on that small thing and do the
Hmm.
preparation again. Is what I think. So you add something so
Yes.
that it's
Yes.
motivating.
So so some people are there who are from Tier 1 college, so they already have some advantage that they have a good on-campus opportunity, Tier 1 or Tier 2 college. So for those, you do not have to worry about how can I get the opportunity, because that is already there for you. So you just focus on the like preparation thoroughly, and you will get the placement. But for someone who is from probably Tier 3 college, so my suggestion will be that first you check out that what is the placement scenario in your college. If you see that it's not good, so try to prepare off campus. Now, for off campus opportunities, you have to understand that it is less about your like preparation, more about how you are getting the calls or the interview calls. So for that, you have to work hard, try to understand and talk to and basically increase your network and talk to such persons who are actually from that company. You will understand that what exactly going on behind everything. So you will understand that you have to use referral or something, that in that way you just increase your chance of getting the interview call, because that is the most important thing that you should do. And so my suggestion for them will be that first clear your and do your preparation well, and then start do like searching for jobs and searching for that how can you get the referrals and all of these things, and less about the preparation. So, and also one more thing is some preparations are basics for every company. But if you prepare for some, say for example, I have prepared all the basic topics. Now I have a interview call from Nvidia. So I have to understand that each and every company has some topics from where they are asking regularly. So if that is not something included in the basic topic, then do that extra thing, because that is already mentioned in the JD. So your preparation should be in such a way that you have like cleared all the basics. Now you will check that from the JD that what extra is there for that role or for that company. Like Nvidia is asking question from computer architecture. So when you are going for the computer like Nvidia like interview, then you have to prepare the computer architecture thoroughly. Or Qualcomm is asking more questions from FIFO. So when you're going for Qualcomm interview, just prepare FIFO more. So that is the reason your basics should be very clear. And then whenever the company is approaching the opportunities there, just check the JD, just understand what extra topics are there in the JD and prepare that.
Thank you. And even resume also in that sense, like from the JD, you need to
Yes,
pick
yes.
up some points and improvise your resume
Yeah.
so that you get
Hmm.
picked.
Yes.
So
Yeah, that is also important. Yeah. So in the resume, two things are important. One is project, second is skill. So your project and skills should align to the opening. Whatever is the opening, that should be relevant. A lot of persons are approaching me saying that I have applied in off-campus opening, and instantaneously on that same day or the next day I have received a mail saying that you have been rejected. So these are some misconceptions people have. So you have to understand that that it's not like something that you will just apply and they will check and you will get like shortlisted for it. You have to understand that a lot of people are applying for the same opening. It can be happening that this opening has not been closed in the portal. Probably someone has already hired in the opening, but they haven't closed it. So these misconceptions are there. So whenever people ask me, so I'll try to clear them that you do not think that you are not worthy enough. You are just not doing the correct way, correct path to actually get the interview call. So you have to understand these things you can do by which you can probably increase your chance of interview call. So yes, that's the main thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually seen that you on your LinkedIn profile you've posted some tips to improvise
Yes.
your resume and how you can actually get this
Yeah.
call, like what you can do
Mhm.
for your profile
Yes. Yes.
that'll help
Yes.
you boost your profile actually. So I'll just share
Yeah.
that post too
Yeah,
in
other
the
than that,
description.
actually, I have started doing guidance in the top mid as well. So those are something like the resources I am sharing something like that. But the guidance in the guidance, actually, I one-on-one one-on-one call, I them that what actually you're doing wrong, like this thing that I have just told you, so that you have to use referral or then ask the person that can you send my resume to the hiring manager. So these are the things that you can do to basically increase your chance and check that what is the posting date. It can happen that the job posting has done like 2 months back. So you should not expect from that opening. Probably it has already been someone has already been hired. So these things I usually guide there so that they do not think that they are not worthy or they do the wrong thing. So you have to understand that what is the way by which you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not that easy to just apply and get job. So there are many
Yes,
factors
yes.
which you don't know that is happening behind what
Hmm,
you have
hmm.
applied. So you need to think in all perspective. Not everything is you can't blame yourself for everything. There are other factors
Yeah.
affecting
Hmm,
you getting
hmm,
job also. So yeah,
hmm.
thanks, Suchismita. You shared in detail. So I think and I hope it will really help people who are preparing. As we kind
Yeah.
of gave them most of the important topics to prepare. So they can
Hmm.
take this as a roadmap or as a
Yes,
guideline
yes.
and prepare
Hmm,
in these terms. So this will at least increase their chances of placement. And maybe
hmm,
if not, we can't just guarantee that they'll get placed by doing only this. So this
hmm,
will improvise their chances and maybe be more
hmm,
confident in attending interviews by
hmm,
understanding these concepts.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
Thanks a lot, Suchismita. Like,
Yeah.
we'll tag you in the post and anything. So if anyone has questions, they can approach you as well. You can
Yeah,
help them.
sure.
If you already
Hmm.
said you have your TalkMate account, so they can approach you for a session, and maybe
Yes,
you can
yes,
help
yes.
them in person.
Hmm.
So
Okay. Hmm.
thanks a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.